This segment of DelmarvaLife is brought to you by A&A Companies.
You know, we're making our way towards the winter months when you wake up to a frost advisory. That was the case this morning. Temps in the mid-30s had many of us shivering just a little bit as we walked outside to warm up the car.
Yeah, and it may also have your HVAC unit panicking a bit. And here to explain what may be happening is Vice President Mindy Allen-Townsend of A&A Companies. Mindy, it's good to have you in Historic
Good
Studio
to see you
D.
guys.
Nice, comfy Historic Studio
Nice and
D.
warm, yes.
Nice and warm. Okay, so yeah, I felt it this morning, and I also kind of noticed that my HVAC was making some noise that I hadn't heard in a while.
Some
What was
overtures.
happening?
So this morning, because it was so cold, depending on how you had it set, I am a habitual. I wait till the very last minute to turn my heat on. A lot of people have their thermostats in auto changeover, so they'll have a air conditioning setting and a heating setting, and when it fluctuates below the temperature for the heating setting, it'll kick itself on. However, if you're like myself that doesn't turn the heat on until the last minute, when you do, your system's going to run an auxiliary heat because there's such a temperature difference outside to what it is inside. So example, if you didn't turn your heat on and it was 65 degrees in your house when you got up this morning and you wanted it 70 before the kids got out of bed, it's not going to make that difference up fast enough. A heat pump just can't do it. It runs off outside air. So it'll automatically call for auxiliary heat. It'll bring it on. You'll probably smell dust burning off the auxiliary heat package, which is a common thing. You know, sometimes it'll...
So what is the auxiliary heat?
It is straight electric heat. So
Okay.
most heat pumps, unless a homeowner specifies otherwise, come with an auxiliary heat package, which is a straight electric heat package, which brings on straight electric heat in order to heat the home up faster than an average heat pump, because you have to remember a heat pump uses outside air. So
Right.
when it's cold outside, it's pulling in 30 or 40 degree air and it's trying to turn that over into a heat that'll heat your home. So a heat pump says, I can't do it fast enough and adequately enough. I'm going to bring on a heat package to speed it up.
To boost it up.
The unfortunate side of that is it's straight electric heat, which means that it's burning more electric than an average heat pump would. So, you know, when you smell that dust burning, it's not a cause for alarm. In some homes, it will set off the smoke detectors, which will have the fire company come. But in an average home, just open a window or two and let the smell out once the house has got to temperature, or turn some fans on. It'll dissipate. You just have to remember that it has sat all summer long.
Oh, yeah.
And most of your air handlers, which is where the heat package is, are in attics or underneath your house. So they collect dust. I mean, pet dander, all of the things that, you know, your filter doesn't catch is going to go into the air handler. So it's just burning that off. Just like if, you know, old school, if you were to run baseboard heat.
Right.
You know, the first time you turn on baseboard heat in the wintertime, you can smell all the dust that sat on the baseboard heat all summer long. So just keep that in mind.
Now, cool this morning, downright cold. Later on in the week, we're going to be in the 80s. So does that affect our HVAC system?
It doesn't. I will say that it's probably going to show, you know, failure if there is one, because there's an expansion valve is switching the flow of refrigerant. So in air conditioning mode, it flows one way, and the heating mode, it flows the other way. So if there's a problem with your unit, it's probably going to show. We always say that it happens when you change over for the seasons, for the heating season or the air conditioning season. Unfortunately, this year we're having heating, air conditioning, heating, air conditioning. You know, we're fluctuating back and forth. This is where the auto changeover in your thermostat is a great function. If you have it, use it. You set a cool setting and a heat setting. So if you want your house at, say, 70 degrees in the cooling mode and 74 in the heating mode, your thermostat will auto change over between heat and air conditioning for 4 times like this when we're going from heating to air conditioning. So if you're not home or you're at work, or maybe you just simply forgot,
Right.
it'll automatically do it so that this weekend you don't come home to a house that's 80 degrees and uncomfortable because it was hot this weekend, but you needed heat on Tuesday.
So this time of year can be confusing. If people have questions, they can contact you and find out more.
Yep, absolutely. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you call after hours, you can leave a message and we'll give you a call back. But any questions, problems, concerns, just give us a call.
There you go.
Mindy Allen-Townsend, Vice President, A&A Companies, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.